So I have the engine completely disassembled. Well, not completely disassembled, but I have the top end completely disassembled. Everything's taken apart here. Just doing a little bit of inspecting on the pistons. The rings don't seem to be in horrible condition. They seem to actually look pretty good. Sides of the pistons, a little bit. They're starting to show their age a little bit, but not too bad overall. Obviously, we got a little bit of carbon buildup. That's going to have to get cleaned up. The actual inside of the walls, the walls of the cylinders are in great shape. So nothing's going to have to go on there really. I think probably where I was losing compression is all of my seals were in pretty rough shape. They were cracked and drying out. This bike has about half the compression it needs to, so I am going to call a buddy of mine that just did a rebuild on his top end rebuild on his CB350. It's just to double check and get a consult on what he thinks about the piston rings. That may be where I'm losing some power. I'm not sure. This is my first time doing this. But overall, I'd say the engine's in pretty good shape. The pistons don't have a lot of free play up and down, or have no free play up and down, so the crank is fine. So we're in pretty decent shape to go ahead and start cleaning tops of these pistons. Well, I did a little cleanup. As you can see, the valves, or tops of the pistons are a little bit cleaner. That was just a mixture that I got off another YouTuber's page. A little bit of engine restore and some WD-40 mixed together. Neither one of those are going to hurt a piston head. The magic key I was missing was the Scotch-Brite pad, which I didn't have any of. So it's a little late to be going to the auto parts store, so I'll be stopping by the auto parts store for some more specialized chemicals, and also running over to my friend's house, because in order to get this piston off, I have to remove that little ring in there to get that barrel out of there, so that I can slide that piston head off. And once I can get that piston head off, I can get these guys really clean. But just using a regular pair of needle nose pliers, I could tell I was going to damage that little ring in there, and I do not want to have to try to source that part from a 1981 Honda CM200. The bike is rare enough as it is. I can't imagine trying to find that piece. But it looks like these are going to clean up pretty nice. The rest of the engine should clean up pretty nice. There's a little bit of, you can see over here, there's a little bit of pitting on the outside of the engine, which, you know, that's just going to happen over the course of 41 years. And I know it's happening to me over the course of 42. And then, of course, we're going to have to get those valves cleaned up, because those are nasty. But other than that, yeah, there's going to be some more videos coming up with me removing these piston heads and doing some cleanup, and then polishing this engine. We're going to start getting it all reassembled once I get the seals and rings ordered and get those in. I found those off CMSNL, which I mentioned in a previous video. That all is going to come out of Europe. It's the best source I've found so far. If I can find a better source for a bike like this, I will let you know. But that's progress for today. This stuff is just on there. It's nice and thick, and it's not coming off with a paper towel. So we're going to have to go to the abrasives and specialized chemicals. Something that won't damage the piston though.